get our second year classes started on time. You would be very happy to know that IIM Rohtak is the only IIM which has started its second year classes on time. And we have built into our system to not compromise on the academic outcomes while having the classes online. I must share with you that we have added 25% additional sessions, contact hours, which are just dedicated to discussions between faculty and students. So let us imagine that you have a course of 20 sessions on economics. Aside from those 20 sessions, we are now requiring students and faculty to have 5 additional sessions which will just focus on the content that has been delivered in the 20 sessions. So therefore, we continue to build on the strength of our institution, collaborative learning sessions, and peer-based learning and self-learning. This is a great step. Additionally, one more step that we've taken, that after every single session, which means every single 75-minute session, there is an assessment of a student. There'll be a quiz or something akin to a quiz after every single session that you would have taken in IIM Rohtak. This is the extraordinary effort which the PGP, under the leadership of Professor Amol Singh, Professor Archana, and well supported by Mr. Jagjit Singh and Mr. Rohela and Guneet, they're all working together to create this experience and to strengthen the delivery without compromising on the academic outcomes which the students will have. My dear friends, the journey has started. It's a journey. Please enjoy the journey. And this is the unprecedented times. You will remember it when you're 60 years old, that your orientation and your induction was conducted online for an IIM program. You will have a story to tell, and life is about stories that you share with people. If I can quote from a movie called Good Will Hunting, there's a scene in that movie which I'm reminded of, and I'm happy to share with you that particular scene, where there is a genius like Ramanuja. That story of that film is based on the life of Ramanuja, who's a mathematical genius who could solve the greatest puzzles of mathematics. The scene involves the antagonist talking about his prowess in remembering everything, talking about everything. That person had read all the books that were probably there on this planet. However, the professor reminds that individual the value of experience, the value of understanding, the value of observation, and the value of imbibing from the environment. So therefore, I must tell you that while these experiences are unique to you, they are going to enrich you as individuals. You will have greater appreciation for freedom. You will have greater appreciation for being outside. You will have greater appreciation of physical contact. You will have greater appreciation for seeing each other and talking to each other face to face. I must tell you, in these unprecedented times, you are going to become better individuals, because individuals become better individuals from experiencing the environment and things around them. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to IIM Rohtak on behalf of the IIM Rohtak community, and I hope that you will go from strength to strength individual and also become an excellent citizen who will be making meaningful contribution, not just to yourself, not just to your families, not just to this great the country of India, but also to the world at large. I thank you all and I welcome you. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, sir. We would now like to invite our Honorable Chief Guest, Shri Suresh Prabhu, to share a few words with us.
Should I speak? Yes. So thank you very much. I was very fortunate to listen to the director Professor Dheeraj Sharma, the way he described the university. So while sitting here, you can see the university. So actually, I'm tempted to say two things. One, in this online induction program, I wish I could also enroll myself to be inducted into this campus. Looking at how all you described and everything else, so wish I could be there as a student as well. But when you are discussing the other side of the campus, one is the students, the other is the faculty. We are discussing that. Again, I was tempted to say I should have been the part of the faculty because I'm reminded of two things. One, I used to teach a complete module, and when you say 75 minutes, I had taken in Goa, the Goa Institute of Management, I had taken about 90 modules, 44 modules of 90 minutes each. And in my weak moment, I had accepted that I will do that. And then I had to go there to teach. That's why I'm reminding of those excellent time. Also, currently I am the adjunct professor for the National Institute for Advanced Studies in Bangalore. So actually, in fact, I'll be speaking there tomorrow on their foundation day. And another interesting thing, Professor Saab, is that I become your neighbor. There is a university which is coming up called Issued University in Rohtak. So very close, not very close, but not very far from you. And I'm the appointed as the first founding chancellor of that. So I'll have some opportunity to share and learn from you more than anything else. So I really thank you for all this. Let me also just one small suggestion because you mentioned about this 200 acres. I wish you could plant about 2 lakh trees, 200,000 trees, so that it will become a fantastic campus over a period of time. And that too, when you choose the type of trees that you should plant, try to take the trees which are really indigenous to the place, not necessarily imported from other side, not exotic trees. So I think that will look campus beautiful over a period of time when all of us will get opportunity and you have kindly invited us to visit it. So I really look forward to doing that. So now thank you for giving me this opportunity to welcome the new entrance to this, as you said, the IIM Rohtak family. I'm sure all of you are very excited by listening to Professor Sharma, who gave a fantastic overview as well as the great journey that they have traveled in such a short period of time. And it always happens, which he just mentioned also, is that it's a two attractive. The faculty teaches the students, works with them, and as you were saying that now there is a new element you have brought in, which are these interactive sessions with the faculty and the students themselves. But the faculty inculcates, imparts knowledge over a period of time. The students also take the university to a new level. So today's induction program is for those who are joining for the first time. It's going to be very interesting for learning something. But as you will be there on the campus and will be a part of the university for a longer period, it will be your responsibility also to enhance the value, the status of the university by doing something which will make you proud because you are the part of that university. But also you'll be enhancing your own ability to deal with the challenges of future. In fact, we are joining at a time a management program, and nothing is more important in the world than management. If you look at it, what the biggest challenge of management is, you have to manage the known problems. More importantly, anticipate the unknown. Now it's a big challenge. What is not known, how do you anticipate it? And if you don't anticipate it, when it actually becomes a reality, how do you manage it? So just imagine the challenges for future management is going to be not just manage the known challenges, known problems, but manage that what is not known to you today. That's the biggest problem that we are going to face today. The reason why there is an online induction program, an orientation program for you, because when you must have enrolled or when the process of enrollment was on, you could never imagine a situation like this. But suddenly, the whole world is facing this big situation. We cannot beat each other. We even cannot come closer to each other. The humanity always has strived on the fact that different culture, different background people can come together. But now we are asking people to keep distance. Don't come too close to me. Don't come too close for comfort. I will find it very difficult then to save myself and also probably infect you with the possibility of a new virus. But this was not known, and suddenly it has come up. So the biggest challenge we will be facing tomorrow is how do you deal with such unknown happening which are going to happen more and more in the next few years' time. Many of you will have a very specialized learning, maybe in finance, maybe in marketing, maybe in HR, many things, materials, anything. But the bigger challenge is going to be you must be grounded into what you're learning. You should be very strong in finance if you're learning that. More importantly, to also know something which are not learned in the university. Because you'll be just thrown into the water of unknown, uncharted territories. How do you cope up with that situation? When you manage a business, that's the essential job of a management, unless you are into not-profit, but anything you are to managing, an entity or business or any kind of activity. Biggest problem in that is that there are certain externalities which are going to have huge influence on all your activities. Just look at a business model. Those who had planned a business believing that my source of raw material is going to come from this particular country. And today suddenly you find that is completely disrupted. And when that happens, how do you manage a business with such a huge sudden happening that threatens the existence of your business itself? This is something which was not factored into any business course and cannot be factored. It is impossible that one could imagine a situation like this happening. You may be, as a finance professional, must have planned a particular credit line based on certain premise. But just imagine if the credit rating of a sovereign country goes down or changes, it will have an impact on your financial implications of that. Now, can you manage that as a business? You cannot manage the sovereign rating of any country. But the result of that, we'll have to suffer or we'll have to deal with. So just imagine the challenge of management tomorrow is going to be, while you should be very strong in what you're learning, you should be open to the ideas of what you have not learned and how can you acquire that knowledge as you go along and start working in your day-to-day life. Because there is no school in the world that can tell you that. In fact, I'm very happy that Professor Sharma ended his speech by giving a very interesting anecdote about a movie that he was watching. And what he said is that what you learn is important, but what you experience is far more important. If you permits me, I can just modify a little bit by saying that more than what you experience, what is going to be important is what you have not experienced. Because this is something which you never experienced. A calamity of its kind like Corona. You could never experience a situation in which suddenly your entire business model has to undergo a complete sea change with no probably a fallback option immediately available. You could never experience a situation in which you are doing business well, your top line, bottom lines are doing well, but suddenly because of certain externalities, your entire financial model and a financing structure has to undergo a complete change. So these are going to be the different challenges we'll have to face in future. But then, how do we face those challenges? That is what I think we learn here in this university, on this campus, in IIM Rohtak. What you learn is, how do you be a human being, a trained professional, who has the ability to absorb any shock and not to be getting overawed by the shock, but must be able to respond to it with the alert mind that is necessary. So what will be taught here will be this. Just imagine Professor Sharma came here from IIM Ahmedabad on a completely new campus. When there are already IIM Ahmedabad and IIM other IIMs with brand equity. He had to deal with a situation in which he is starting ab initio everything. New faculty has to assemble the team. He has to also create a equity. What is that? How could he do that? He never studied that in IIM Ahmedabad because it was a set campus. He did that only because he had that inner ability, inner strength to face any challenge and any situation. Tomorrow's graduates will pass out from here. I don't know, it's 2 years course, 2 years program, Professor. So 2 years later, when we'll pass on, the world is going to be different than what it is today. In fact, those who are just passed out, that world was different than when you are inducting now. And when you will be passing out, I don't know what that world will be. I don't want to even think about it. What I can do is, therefore, not to think about the uncertainty, but prepare myself to deal with any situation. Should not get overawed by that. And I think if that's the one big lesson you must learn from this institution. How to deal with any situation, any kind, and make that as part of your experience. And that experience, the shelf life of that experience is also going to be shorter and shorter in the years to come. The redundancy of even experience, not just technologies, but redundancies of experience also will have to be more and more. He quoted Dr. Ramanujan. I will also say another thing because he mentioned it. Dr. J. Krishnamurti, a great philosopher, used to say that experience is your big problem. Because experience constrains you from doing something different. Now just imagine, when this corona crisis came, the public health professionals will go through the past files, as the governments normally do, and say what was done earlier, I would like to do the same thing now. It will surely fail, because they never had any file on coronavirus because there was no virus like this. There was no situation like this. So what they are trying to deal with a situation with a past experience, what is required is to convert this new situation to become part of future experience. And therefore, what J. Krishnamurti used to say, the experience could be your problem. Now, what we are going to be learning, and that is the great thing, what he mentioned, and I think that is one of the very important part he mentioned, that first, there's a feedback mechanism after every module is over, every session is over. And not only that, but in addition to that, there is going to be such an interactive session every now and then. There are 25% interactive session, then the normal session. The 20 sessions of this kind, but 5 sessions which are interactive. Why? This is where we get a different insights into it. What the normal session is, that is an experience of somebody else. It is interactive session, you'll open your mind and ask questions which will allow you to think differently and prepare your mind to face something which is not even known to you today or known anybody else today. I think that's going to be an interesting journey that we will travel in the next few years. I can tell you only one thing. Difficulties keep coming. What is difficulty itself is a question mark. Whether you should take it as a difficulty or you should take it as an opportunity. That's a different question. But you can say that I was decided to walk like this, and suddenly I can see there's a roadblock because the municipal corporation is trying to do something, or the road is dug up, whatever it is. So now you have to take a detour. Whether that detour is a good idea is a question. It's a very interesting story by Somerset Maugham. It's a short story which happened in Khartoum, Sudan, wherein a person, the shopkeeper, is sitting in his shop, open his shop, and waiting for his assistant to join him. He normally comes up at a particular time and he is delayed considerably. So he's wondering what happened. Suddenly he comes running. So shopkeepers come to the shop, walks into the marketplace, and meets the death. He says, why are you after my assistant? My shop is open, I have to take care of my customers. Why are you doing this? He said, I was not doing anything to him. Then he said, you accosted him. He said, yes, I was surprised to see him here because right now I have a date. That person was trying to run away from here to Sahara to save himself, and the death was expecting him in that same place where he was trying to escape from. Why? I am telling you this. Sometimes you may think that I am very smart, so I am doing this. But there is something which is already destined, which is already going to happen. Now, one way to deal with a business situation is confront it, not to get away from it. And that is what I am sure you'll do as you grow. And the best thing that you have done, I think that's one of the great decisions that you have taken is to join this IIM. I think that itself guarantees that we get the requisite training, the requisite knowledge, as will be necessary to face a situation in life, which will be completely different than anybody can imagine even today. But we have the necessary capability to deal with that. That is what I'm sure you will learn here. So let me congratulate you. Let me offer you my best wishes. And as I said in the beginning, I envy you, all those who are joining. I wish I could be one of you. And also envy professors, other colleagues who are the faculty, because I am not one of them. But I will at least hope one day I'll get an opportunity to be also inducted into such a great institution. And hopefully that is the only way I can guarantee that I will have the ability to tell any situation in life. That is what is going to be the tomorrow's world as it's going to emerge. So let me thank you, Professor, for a great job that you have done. Congratulate you and all your colleagues for a fantastic work that you have done in such a short period of time. Just imagine if only you could do so much in 2-3 years, how much more will happen in the course of a decade from now. So I look forward to that great future ahead of you. I'm sure you will be a part of making that future. But all of you who are joining today, who are inducted today, will also have a role to make that future reality. So I'm sure all of you will make as a team, work as a team. All the best to you. Congratulations to Professor Sharma and his team. Best wishes to all my young friends who are joining this program today. And I'm sure when you pass out, I'll be there to